All right, here's the 2-7 matchup. This is intriguing. Boston against Milwaukee. It's a coaching mismatch here with Stevens against Sprunty. Celtics are 18-1 to win the East at William Hill. Doesn't look like Smart's going to be available. We know Kyrie's out for the year. It's a coaching mismatch, but Milwaukee, they limp to the finish line, but they have the better players.
And that's the irony. I mean, you look at the Celtics. Who do the Celtics got? They got Al Horford as the guy. And Horford spent his whole career, even back with the Florida Gators when he was winning titles. He was always the number 2, the number 3 guy. He's never been the guy. He's got the experience. The go-to player on offense? I'm not so sure. Boston's numbers with him on and off the court, pretty significant. The offense takes the hit when Al Horford isn't there. Now, you talk about the matchup and the coaching issue here. And yeah, Joe Prunty, you look at that picture of him, you're like, this guy against Brad Stevens? I'm not buying it. But you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. When you talk about which team has more talent, not the favorite, not the home team. You grade out the talent for these two squads and who's the best player on the floor. Milwaukee has all of that. That being said, Brad Stevens sure gets the most out of his talent. We talked about Aaron Bynes at the top of the show. 26-14 last night, practically killed my bet single-handedly. Brad Stevens gets those type of efforts and performances from the guys, his role players. That hasn't always happened for the Milwaukee Bucks role players.
This wasn't supposed to happen with Milwaukee. They were supposed to have a bright future. They're supposed to contend in the East. Jabari Parker came back. You trade for Bledsoe. You had the Rookie of the Year, Brogdon, from last year. You got Greek Freak. Defense has been horrible as they limp into the 7. So, hey, 76ers, Celtics, Bucks, Heat, someone's going to the Eastern Conference Finals out of that group. And with Boston, look how things have changed in a year. Last year, Eastern Conference Finals, Bradley, Smart, Crowder, Olynyk, Horford, Rozier, Green, and Zeller. Only Horford and Rozier are left with the team and playing, or at least healthy. Smart's not healthy, and the other guys have gone or gone elsewhere and not playing. So that's big with how Stevens. I mean, Rozier and Brownie are go-to guys now, along with Horford. So we'll see if the Greek Freak's good enough to take care of this coaching mismatch, and if Milwaukee can make some plays and get some stops. I'll tell you, this is going to be fascinating what they do with the series price in this one. I don't know how high you put up. You can't make Boston too high, right? Because you're going to get Milwaukee money.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fascinating series, and there may be edges here for the Milwaukee Bucks. Look, since the All-Star break, we've been fairly critical of the Bucks. One thing they've done, they've won on the road. They won straight up as dogs against the Raptors, against the Sixers, against the Spurs, against the Warriors. They played the Celtics last week at home. They ended up pushing against the closing number. Milwaukee, 38 of 59 from two-point range. They got good looks throughout the course of the game. This is a Bucks team that last year had a 2-1 series lead in the first round against the Raptors and then lost the last 3. So they have playoff experience, and they have playoff veterans, the likes of Jason Terry and Tyler Zeller and Eric Bledsoe, guys who've been around. Jason Terry, talking about the Celtics injuries, quote, doesn't mean a thing. If you think just because they don't have Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward and Marcus Smart, they're going to go and walk through a Boston Celtics team, you're crazy. That's one of the loudest, rowdiest crowds ever at playoff time.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's got some things to like. We'll see how bad the edges are for Prunty versus Stevens as the series goes from game to game. But I worry about the Bucks' ability to match the Celtics' adjustments. From a talent standpoint, Milwaukee may well be an attractively priced underdog. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.